everyone, and welcome to The Casting Dead, a podcast for The Walking Dead. On AMC, I'm Matt.
And I'm David.
And tonight we're going to be talking about Season 8, Episode 5, titled The Big Scary You.
Dun, dun, dun.
The U as in unknown. At first, when I heard the title, I thought it was going to be The Big Scary You. We're going to finally get to see what happened with Negan and Gabe, which we did. Yeah. But I thought they were referring to Negan as the Big Scary You.
Yeah, well, you figured it wasn't them?
Well, I heard, the Big Scary You is in the letter U, the unknown.
Yeah, okay. I didn't see what the episode was titled.
Oh, see, it's different. You read the subtitles, you get all the information, but you don't get the title.
They don't get the title. They don't get the title.
Left in the dark. Please tell me that we are not backsliding here.
We're not. Oh, God. Okay, that's a good reference. Yeah. No, it's just... I have the captions on. I only find a title from you, actually. Ever.
Okay. Does it ever surprise you?
No.
The last one was just some guy. This one is The Big Scary You. I feel like they're not trying.
Yeah. I feel like the titles are a little lazy.
Yeah, I feel like they just kind of title them after the episode's done.
Or like the day of?
The day of, yes. TV shows never needed a title back in the day.
They didn't.
Just TV Guide wanted, it's like, well, we gotta call this something, so start giving us titles.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I think it's more for DVD feature. I think it's more for DVD reasons.
Well, it's for like I said, TV Guides. TV Guide started it. They were the ones who were like, listen, we're printing all the shows, and now we need to know how to differentiate these episodes from something else. You got to start giving these things titles.
No numericals?
Yeah, sure, numericals. If people reading don't want to read numericals, someone who's reading is like, oh, season 5, episode 17. No, they want to know the title. They want to know a little recap. It's a little more engaging. So
it's like something as far back as Buffy the Vampire Slayer. There's a title for every single one of those episodes. They have like 26 episodes, and you had a title for every single one?
There's definitely a title for every single episode.
I never noticed.
I think even when you backtrack on episodes that might have never had a title. Because they always had production titles. There were always titles, but they were not necessarily known.
Right, but like some titles could be very ambiguous. They could just be ambiguous because they decide to call it for whatever. It could have been an inside joke. Could have been many things.
Exactly,
but it might not have been relevant to the actual episode.
That's why a lot of titles were like that. And then once they started publicizing these titles, they probably had to change them. I don't know why we're talking about this. We're getting way into the weeds here.
So, we're going into the unknown.
The big scary unknown. This is what it is. This is the scary part. I didn't find this episode to be a complete waste of time, David. Did you?
Well, not a complete waste of time, but I didn't love it either.
Well, when it started off, I was not pleased. Starting off, when you don't want to start off an episode on Gabe in a church when this is obviously something that has happened in the past.
Right.
Because this came very close to me thinking this was going to be a Gabe-centric flashback episode.
Well, I don't think we ever had a Gabe-centric episode.
Well, yeah, that's why. This one could have been that one.
It could have been. I don't know. We didn't have that many. How many centric episodes did we have? We had a bunch of them last season, but really,
but I feel like they're gonna. I'm just glad they didn't do it.
Right.
Very dialogue heavy, but it gave us some insight, I guess, into how Negan and the Saviors are dealing with all of this. Not really any insight into Negan himself as a character, because I felt his confession to Gabe was kind of lackluster.
I found him weak too.
It was not anything that really made us feel bad for him in any way.
Not at all.
But I feel like the writers wanted us to feel bad for him.
But he did have an expression there. Like you saw on his face a bit, but I don't know how Gabe saw it.
Well, you know how Gabe saw it. Gabe came out accepted him as his new god.
Oh yeah, his savior.
Yeah, just comes right out and be like, "You've been forgiven."
So you think he's okay? So you think he's a savior now, Father Gabe?
I don't think Father Gabriel is, but I think that he's not going to try to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Because he had every opportunity to.
Oh, he did.
And, there was some hokey stuff, too. The whole Gabe and Negan confessional thing. I did not like it. I found it very forced. The staging of it was very forced when he ends up in that other room and then the light coming in through the blinds.
Yeah. There were key lines, though, throughout the dialogue.
There were.
There were some key lines that we do have to take into consideration that do complete the overall narrative as to why... maybe even Rick decides what he's deciding, why Negan decides the way he decides, and that maybe shows how alike they are and what one thing separates them altogether.
Yeah, two sides of the same coin.
Exactly. Maybe. Yeah. Never heard that expression, but okay.
Never heard that expression?
Nope. Oh, we heard two sides to a coin, double-edged sword, two-way street.
Wait. You have heard of that expression? I'm confused.
The
now.
first one? No, I think I never heard of it. I've heard all those other expressions in that connotation. I never heard the two sides. What did you say?
What was yours about the coin?
Two sides to a coin. So that's it.
That's not even an expression.
Yeah, there's two sides to a coin.
The expression is two sides of the same coin.
Oh, okay. So it's the same thing. Never mind. We're good.
It is the same thing.
It is the same thing. I'm just saying differently. Oh, okay. I just have to have this moment recorded. Okay, we're good. We just move on. Move on.
Double-edged sword.
Okay.
That one's real.
I like that one.
There's a couple of, and then we'll get into the episode, proper very soon. I'll kind of go through it scene by scene. Sadly,
I know.
I'll skip over some of the more lackluster parts, but
I'm really worried about Tobin.
Tobin. he's living it up somewhere. Right
I hope
now.
so. I really do.
He's just driving around listening to. What would Tobin listen to? I'm pretty sure he would listen to
Leonard Skinner.
Blue Rodeo.
No,
I'm giving him Blue Rodeo.
Why are you give him Blue? I'm not giving him Blue Rodeo. I'm giving him like something more dignified. Maybe like Ed Sheeran.
Oh my God, I can't even talk to you anymore. There was some truly unforgivable stuff, particularly also with Negan and Gabe. Number the first. Why won't Gabe take the shot?
Oh yeah. Well, we called that since they were captured since episode 1, and
but I think he believes that he got through to Negan. I think he believes that Negan is worth saving.
Right.
And Gabe was in the perfect position to find, to end all of this.
He was.
Just by shooting him when they were covering themselves with the zombie guts.
That's right.
Just fire.
Well, actually, no, they were both vulnerable when they're coming.
Well, when Negan was down like a step doing something, or when they're outside. When they're outside and they're both shooting walkers, just fire around point blank.
Right.
Back in Negan's head.
But then he has to go into the Saviors without Negan?
Well, yeah, you die after, sure. You
okay.
probably die, but in this very episode, Gabe, you said that you want to die for a reason. You don't want your death to be fruitless. This would be a really good reason to die.
I know, but being fruitless would be shooting a man behind his back. It'd be just as fruitless as him abandoning his entire church.
No,
I agree. I know.
Not
I agree.
fruitless. That is with fruit. You can pick fruit.
I agree with you. But it is spineless in the regard that you're shooting a man behind his back.
I think the whole thing here is he needs to make up for what he did to to the innocents, and he kills this guy. Doesn't matter how he does it, because you can't fight fair with Negan.
But what if he agrees with Negan then?
Well, then he deserves to die.
Right. Yeah. This is the discussion I'm trying to spark. Like,
I know.
where is Father Gabriel going to be? Like, where is it? Did Negan convince him? Was he trying to convince Negan, or do they convince themselves?
It's got to mean that Gabriel believes that even after everything, he can still trust Negan, because he trusts him. He does trust him enough to follow him for a little bit more time, which is the same thing as the writers thinking that the audience, us, should trust him.
Actually, I forgot what happened at the end. No, I just remember what happened at the end. I don't even know what okay, yeah, we'll get to it. But
it's just that there were a lot of moments when Gabe had a gun and didn't even try to use it.
You think Gabe is the only person who had a gun and could have shot Negan point blank?
I'm talking about this moment when they are alone together in a trailer.
Of course.
Oh my goodness. And this comes just a couple of hours after his trusting nature for Gregory got himself in this predicament.
That's right.
And he still hasn't learned.
Well, he wants to be for the people. He wants to bring the people to God, and he figures he could do the same with Negan.
Yeah.
That's the logic he's going with.
I mean, for the most part, I kind of like this episode, but this was some of the stuff that was unforgivable to me. The last thing that I need to talk about right now. Why are they reminding us that you can cover yourself in zombie guts, and that's a thing that works?
I don't know.
They shouldn't. They shouldn't have done it.
It didn't work that well.
The thing is it works perfectly fine until you
move
your cover. Blow your cover on something. You drop something. You look the wrong way. But I don't believe that it should work.
You have to. If they've seen Shaun of the Dead,
they haven't.
They haven't clearly. So that's what they have to do. Just really be like, Glenn kind of did it, and then it started to rain instantaneously, and it blew their guts away. But
that's true.
It's not perfect, because they did it again in season 6, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's just when you have sudden moves. It's kind of like when you're swimming with sharks.
Yeah. Well, in that one they had like a crying 6-year-old with them. I don't know, whatever that kid's name was. You started calling his mom's name out. But the thing is we've in every instance we've been shown that it does work, but something will get in the way of it. But it's
not foolproof though.
It's not foolproof. No, but it's crazy to me that walkers would have the sense of smell to notice something like that. Because if everything did, like, that's got to be one of the first things that deteriorates. You got walkers without eyes.
The thing is that like they don't. Okay, well, we don't know what they see. I mean, they're never clear on it. But though dead organs really are pungent.
Yeah, I've seen what walkers see. We've seen through the eyes of a walker before.
Have we?
Yeah, back in like season 2, I think, when
I don't remember
when Shane was.
Really, Shane?
I think when Shane was turning into a walker, or when somebody was turning into a walker, they showed us a couple flashes of what it looks like to be a walker.
I'm trying to think who died that season. It was Shane, but we didn't see anything through Shane's eyes.
No, it was probably through somebody else's eyes, not Shane's eyes.
Not Shane's. Maybe no. Maybe
100%. This is what happened. Shane got bit. Shane did not get bit. Shane got shot.
Yeah.
As Shane was about to turn, and we see that like he's almost about to wake up.
He
there are
he was
flashes.
stabbed.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Forget all that. He's incapacitated and he is dying.
Mm-hmm.
Before he reanimates, we see flashes in his own head, and it is of, eyes of a walker.
I'll take your word for it.
All right, it's like 5 years ago. It's okay. It's too far to remember. However, this I'm just saying, your sense of smell should probably not make it this long in a rotting corpse.
I mean, but like organs are pungent. They are, like, for argumentative sake.
They are, but I don't think that should be the thing that makes a walker know that you are dead or alive.
Yeah, but
there should be other factors.
It'll just be a trope that it'll just be a trope that like they bring into any zombie film or zombie show in this case, and just like it's like exploding cars, or I don't know, just like shooting somebody while they're underwater. It's just we just accept it as it is. That's where we suspend our disbelief.
See, the thing is like, I'm okay with it. I think it's fine. I think it's a great idea, and I really like that this has been brought into this universe. But if you're going to do it once, you got to do it every time. Every time it's convenient. Because now I'm thinking, just an episode ago, King Ezekiel, Carol, this would have helped them immensely. Just, King Ezekiel is injured.
They didn't have that much time.
They had enough time to just, especially before they went to the woods and everything. They could have
maybe then, but not against the fence though.
Not against the fence, no, not at all. But when they were walking home, when they were walking back to the kingdom,
right?
And Ezekiel is injured, so he's already hobbling, and they need this. They need every last chance they can get. Yeah. So Carol's got to know. But they could at least try this out.
No, wait. Actually, no circumstance did Carol ever try it.
For sure, Carol has to know about it.
She had maybe they told them how they get through.
What
whatever
else do you talk about when you're in Alexandria? When you're sitting on the side of the road eating dog, you got to mention it at one point. It's like, hey, me and Glenn tried this thing, and it really worked. Except don't do it in the rain.
Right? Yeah, it works. It just happened. It was like sunshine and all of a sudden rain. It was I like that. It does happen though.
It does, but I don't think rain washing away guts is going to completely eliminate the smell and display how you're a human within 10 seconds.
But makes it terrifying.
Sure. Yes. So let's get into the beginning of this episode. Are you ready for this?
Oh, we're not there yet?
No, we're not. I just want to talk about my initial thoughts. But we got here at the very beginning, Gabe talking about purpose.
We have nothing else to say about that.
In a flashback. No, nothing. Simon brings Gregory pancakes, and then brings him to a meeting with Negan.
Man, did I hate Simon this episode?
Simon?
He's lost so much integrity this episode.
Yeah, well, I think it's once we saw Negan lash into him that we stopped respecting Simon a
Even
little
before that. You didn't see, like, when Gregory is basically trying to convince Negan. Could we jump ahead to that, or you want to say some stuff before that?
Well, I think that's what I'm doing right now. It's They have the meeting with Negan, and it's really awkward. Negan is making a lot of sense.
And Negan, I think, is at his scariest since I've seen him. Like,
good.
It's like, finally, that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Okay. And Gregory tries to present his case, how he owns Hilltop, how it's his house, blah, blah, blah.
So hard to keep a straight face.
And just Negan, being the awesome poker player that he is, just basically sees through all of it. And then when Simon sees Gregory all petrified, he puts his hand on his forearm, and I'm actually doing it. Sorry, but it's just to say he's doing. It's like, hey, I believe you, as if it's his husband or it's his partner, his life partner, and says, you've convinced me. Now convince Negan. And I'm thinking to myself, like, why is Simon acting like this? It's really